Good evening again from Serendipity Forge. Got kind of a long video today. Here is our finished product. Well, not quite finished. Long way from finished, actually. It's just finished up its first temper cycle. Little integral bolster. I may put some curly maple handles on that, not sure yet. But that's going to be a nice little drop point knife. And that's what we're forging today. And without further ado, we'll get right to it. Well, here we are back at the forge. Thought today I would revisit the integral bolster blades. That's 52 100 bar stock, about 15/16 inches in diameter. And that's what we're going to be using. Start off over at the power hammer. I'm going to draw the end down to a point. We've just about got where we need to be. It's about time to go to the anvil and do a little hammer work. And here we are. Got our brush. Brush the scale off. Try to keep everything as clean as we can. And use the hand hammer just to further refine that shape. And take out any marks from the power hammer. Well, that's pretty good. About time to go back to the power hammer. And here we are, and we're going to start drawing out our blade. Work both sides. Got to try to keep everything centered. Draw it down for width. All right, that's looking pretty good. Gonna have to go back to the anvil and do a little adjusting and take out those hammer marks. Once again, got our handy dandy brush. Try to keep the steel clean. Just take out the hammer marks. Some people may be able to forge to finish on the power hammer. I can't. I've always got to come back to that anvil. There's no substitute for the control you can get with a hand hammer. Just trying to get the preform set up. Now we're back again. I'm going to go to the far edge of the anvil. and knock the blade down. So I actually have the edge lower than the part that's going to become the bolster. Got to keep that steel clean. Now I'm not trying to draw down the bevels, I'm just refining my shape. And we're back at the hammer. Wasn't quite as thin as I wanted it. I need to draw it down a little thinner. There we go. It's starting to look pretty good. Back to the anvil. Clean it up. And back to refining the profile. That's not bad. Pretty happy with that. One little hump right there I need to knock back into the blade. Smooth it out just a little. I want to make this another drop point style knife, so now I'm going to start here on the power hammer, drawing the heel down first. Now you can see how that's pushed the heel down. If I were using something besides the 52-100, I'd bring this blade out a lot thinner. But to get a good heat treat on 52-100, it takes a long soak time before the quench, and that results in a lot of scale buildup. So if you don't keep your blade thick with 52-100, what you end up with is a blade that's just too thin after all that scale builds up. After you grind the scale off, there's no steel left to work with. So I like to keep it kind of thick. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Just going to start establishing the bevel a little bit. Not bad, not bad. Back to the anvil. Always try to keep your scale off. Try to keep that steel clean. Now that's looking pretty good. I'm liking this profile quite a bit. Gonna have a little bit of upward curve to the spine. That's gonna make a good looking knife. Now I have decided at this point to draw the handle out of the steel, leave a short bolster, and still make a full tang integral bolster knife. So I'm going to go past on the hammer and just start my set down for the steel that's going to become my handle. This may be a mistake, may not be a mistake. But to me, this is much harder than just making a stick tang or a through tang. I'm actually attempting to forge the handle out of the bar stock. Stick tang or a through tang goes into the wooden handle, and well, when you put that tang in, that can cover a multitude of sins. On the other hand, the style that I'm working for now, it has to be right. So you have to keep the blade square with the bolster. I'm going to cut it off so I can draw the handle out the rest of the way. The blade has to stay straight with the bolster. The handle has to stay straight with the bolster. And the blade and the handle have to stay in a straight line through the bolster. So this style knife can be a real challenge. We cut it off. Come back in and start drawing out the handle. Or the handle tang. Okay, I've got just about enough length to work with. It's about time to go to the anvil and start shaping this handle. Clean everything up again. And just start by putting a little contour in. Keep everything flat and even. It's a real challenge at this point to keep everything straight as it should be, but just got to keep working on it, keep watching it, make sure it stays straight, because everything can get out of line in a hurry, and it can be a real bear to straighten it back up if you let it get too far. Start working that profile in, the handle profile. Work on squaring up the butt of the handle, adding a little shape there. All right, now I'm going to use the far side of the anvil just to knock it down and work in the contour a little more. Looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. Not quite where I want it, but not bad. Oh well, just keep working. And we'll go back to the horn. And I apologize that you can't see very well. Really need to fasten the anvil back down. It's come loose. Using the horn to modify the profile, and of course dropping it on the floor. I have to drop every project at least once. It's tradition. Not bad. Looking pretty good. Come back to the flat. Keep working the profile. Trying to keep everything flat, lined up. Looking pretty good. I'm fairly happy with that. Yep, pretty happy with that indeed. I believe that will do. Well, if you're still here after that long video, and I hope you are, I hope you enjoyed it. Before I started on that project today, I forged out half a set of tongs. This is the blank for half a set of tongs. And hopefully in an upcoming video, we're going to finish this out and we'll have a perfectly functional set of tongs, and I'll show you how it's done. I've said in my past videos, I really don't care about tool making. I make things for me. I make things that work. Don't make things to sell, but you may be somebody out there that's interested in this kind of thing, or maybe you just don't have the extra 40, 50 bucks to buy a set of tongs. I'll show you how to make them. Yes, I'm going to use the power hammer, but everything that I do on the hammer, you can always do on the anvil. So, be sure and like and subscribe. Hit the little bell button so you get notification when we upload future content. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's something you think we can improve on. Give us an idea for future content. Till then, have a good night and God bless.